Well, baby, it's the last day of Vlogmas. Are you hungry? Y'all, I have 3 stitches left to bind off on the bottom. I realized last night that, so the instructions were to do like a certain number of rounds or work until it's 7 centimeters, and I had worked until it was like 8 centimeters, which is fine because I don't mind a longer sweater, but that means I could bind off. And there goes my last stitch. And where's my scissors? Come on, I want to cut this. Boom. That is bound off. I ended up not doing the stretchy bind off for the bottom because like it's wide enough, and the regular bind off is enough for what it is. But here we are. We have the neck on the needles here. Or the cable, I'm gonna switch back to doing this, and this is all the yarn I harvested from the neck. I am pretty much positive it's gonna get me to the ribbing on here. Yes, let's do this. So I was gonna show you how cute I look today, but baby decided to steal the show with her impromptu bath time. Very, very beautiful. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. Today is the last day of Vlogmas. Yippee! I am very hopeful that I can finish my sweater today. So let's get into it. Okay, baby? Anyway, I am gonna show you my outfit for today. I didn't even do anything to my hair, but I wore these because they're the most festive earrings I have. They're little strawberry pies with bows on them. And then I got my turtleneck. This is actually a trip skirt, and black leggings. But yes, yippee! Let's talk. So I need to finish this. I can't not finish it. I'm so close. I am very nervous because this is how much is left, and this is how much of the ribbing color I have left. I keep second guessing myself that it's gonna look weird, but I just have to do it, and later if I really want to change it, I can change it. So far I've done most of one of the 4 repeats. I have to just let myself hope that it's gonna be enough. So yes, I finished the bottom. I bound it off. I don't realize how much I like dislike ribbing until I have like the chance to not do it anymore, because this is a dream. I used to complain that the cable sweater was so complicated and it just hurts my brain, but doing the ribbing over and over and over and over and over was literally, oh, it was so bad. And I would literally take a break and just do, honestly, I think it's the twisted ribbing that does it, because I would take a break and work on this hat. This is just with scrap yarn that I have, stuff I need to use up. This is a 1x1 rib regular, and because it wasn't twisted, I was flying through that. It was good. I loved it. I think I just had fatigue with doing the ribbing, and I'm like, if I had just had enough of the regular yarn to start with, I don't think I would have had half the hang-ups that I have with this project, because I would be able to finish the entire sleeve, and then that part of the ribbing would be done, and then I would be able to finish the other sleeve, and that part of the ribbing would be done. I wouldn't have to do as much ribbing all at the same time, but because I had to like use the other yarn for it, it was like dragging on me. But the biggest section is done. I get to do the sleeve now. I'm really enjoying the cable part, which, you know, I wouldn't expect myself to say. Like, I like the cables, I like that it's cool, but when I want to sit down to knit, I don't typically like challenge myself, but that was kind of the point of this project, was to challenge myself and learn something new, and boy did I learn a lot of new things. I've learned that, like, even though I can like suss out crochet patterns really easily, when it comes to knitting ones, I'm like a little newborn foal in the forest. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I'm so confused, I can't even stand up. I actually like had to reread the pattern maybe 7 times for the same step at multiple points during this, and it's nothing to do with the designer. Like, the designer is good, she's golden. I love her companion videos on YouTube, those helped me a lot when I was confused. I'm just not as like knowledgeable when it comes to knitting like patterns and like how they're laid out and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I'm learning though, and I got through it. Everything I need to know how to do to finish this, I know how to do. I just have to do it. So yeah. Anyway, I changed the angle up because I found when I was editing yesterday that I preferred to see the like top-down view of the knitting rather than just looking at me, the human, while I knit. And yeah, I was also thinking recently that I think my next project will be the Sparkle Dog blanket, because I just have so many ideas in my brain now since talking about it yesterday. And then when I edited the video for yesterday's video, I went ahead and like really fleshed out my sketch of it, and I think I know what I want to do for the different parts now. I just have to find what my magic number is gonna be, because I want to have like all the scarves slash strips of the blanket have the same number to start with. That way they can be sewn together easily, or if people decide to, they can just crochet directly onto the previous strip of the blanket. So I think what I might do is make the sample myself, and then I'll find someone who wants to do a pattern test. As they're pattern testing, I will create the like video like accompaniment for the pattern, and then I'd have those ready to edit and release over time once I'm able to like hype up the pattern. But first of all, I would need to make a sample, right? So I should really get on making that sample. I have plenty of stuff in stock, so it's not like I need to be making like shop items until then. Like, it's not like having a blanket project would take me away from the like business aspect of my business. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and like plan for that and just make a schedule, like figure out when do I need to have things done. I need to like actually make the written patterns for myself first, and then I will be able to show someone else how to do it for the tester. I might have 2 testers just in case, because it's always good to have more perspectives when you can. And yeah, I'm excited about that one now, and I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get my what's it called, my mandala yarn out and do some swatches of the like concepts, and then once I have like the concepts and the repeats figured out, I'll be able to put them on to the magic number and get them sorted. Some of these stitches look weird. I wonder if it's just because I'm like at a slightly different angle to film today. But yeah, I'm gonna like pre-twist my sleeve in the opposite direction. That way when I finish a round, I won't have to twist it the other way. I don't know. It's interesting how much of a breath of fresh air doing the complicated cables is compared to the ribbing. Because I feel like when I started this, I was thinking that the ribbing would be like the relaxing, like, fun part. Not that it would be the fun part, but like it would be like a breath of fresh air. But I'm like, oh my gosh, the cable. I don't know. I've never been a huge fan of doing ribbing. The only thing I dislike more than knitting ribbing is crocheting ribbing. I hate crocheting ribbing, and I will say that when I do ribbing in crochet, if I do it, I always do front post and back post double crochet, and I know it's not as stretchy as the other types, but I hate working only in the back loop for like 50 rows in a row. It's not my favorite thing to do, and I think it's really boring. I mean, some people like it because I guess you do get to finish your row quickly, and that can be like motivating, but there's just so many to do. But then again, you could say that about any crochet or knitting project. I am realizing though that I really like these short needles. I'm very glad that I invested in them. I'll have to go back and see about how much they were, but I think I got them for about 50 bucks, which is a lot. Don't get me wrong, I get it. But if you really enjoy knitting and it's your like safe part of your day, I would recommend investing in a full set of tools that you really like. And like I said in my other video, this kind of completes my collection, because at this point I have an interchangeable set of all the standard needle sizes. I have a... Ooh, I've been doing this row wrong. Whoops. I'm just gonna mark that, and then when I get there in the next round, I'll fix it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So, okay, I gotta undo some of these. But yeah, like I was saying, the sets that I have now kind of give me all the options I need. So like I have all the DPNs that I'll need. I'll have all the interchangeable needles of regular size that I need. I have many different lengths of cables, and I have these short needles, and they all work together. So like this can screw off of this cable, which is from the same set, but it'll also attach to like the hat size cables that I have from another set, which is nice. I love when there's not like, what is the word for that? Proprietary? Is that like what it is when like Apple had their own cable design and you can't like buy it from anywhere else? I like when stuff works together. Stuff is designed to work together. Actually, fun story. When I was a kid, they did some type of study on me. Not like me specifically, but they were like studying children and like development. And I like baffled them because I was playing with like multiple sets of toys at once. Like I wasn't just playing with Legos and like just playing with blocks. I was like integrating them together into one structure and like playing with the Playmobiles on the Barbie dollhouse, and they just hadn't seen that before apparently. So I don't know. You know, I got that big brain, big IQ. They must have had a fun day at work that day when they realized that kids can play with multiple toys at once. Okay, that's another thing I've learned when working on this project, is that if I need it to be perfect, then I have to put in the work. So I told myself, if I make a mistake on this project, I'm going to fix it. And things like artist choice, like the original sweater is cropped and I don't want a cropped sweater, that's not, whoops, that doesn't count as a like mistake. But stuff like, oh, I was doing the cables wrong for literally the first half of the sweater, I was like, okay, you're just gonna take a deep breath, we're gonna unravel it, and we're gonna fix it. And that was scary because I had to, you know, undo the work I did, and knitting takes a while. It's not as fast as crochet. It's a little bit more difficult to fix than crochet if you make a mistake. But I was just like, okay, I'm gonna take a deep breath, I'm gonna go ahead and fix it. And anything that I made a mistake on, I have fixed. Including one of these really annoying parts, which is this like stripe here. This is like a twisted rib, or I guess twisted knit stitch, and then it alternates with like seed stitch and then another twisted rib. And the number of times I've accidentally purled what should have been a knit or knitted what should have been a purl, and I just have to be like, okay, I'm gonna take a breath, I'm gonna take my crochet hook, I'm gonna go in and make this one a knit, that one a purl, this one a knit, that one a purl. And you know, I've gotten some confidence with fixing my mistakes at least. Okay, so this one is a purl, and this is the part where I messed up last time. Okay, so this is where the patience comes in. Okay, so I did all these as if they were like matching stitches, so anything that was twisted I twisted, anything that was purl I was purled, but I didn't, whoops, but I didn't do the cable. So what I'm going to do to fix this is I'm going to go in and grab the stitch under each one, and as I grab the previous stitch, I'm going to slide the current stitch off. And what that's going to do is it frees up this yarn here, so I can basically try again. And because this is fiddly, I'm going to put my stoppers on the current needle, and I'm just going to use this like cable needle here to hold these temporarily. And then, okay, so this is what I have to work with. I know that's going to be enough because it's the same number of stitches. So actually, you know what, I think I need another needle here. So I'm going to take a look at the pattern here. This side goes over that side, so that means we do it second. So I'm gonna just take these off of here and hold them on the crochet hook. This isn't really a tutorial, this is just me explaining like how I work things out when they're messed up. But like you can see, by doing these second, they'll end up like after those. So I'm just gonna take not my current yarn, but my yarn from last round. I'm gonna go in and do this cable the way that Veronica intended. Whoops, okay, if that falls off, that's a problem. So I'll put a stopper on there too. And it does get crazy. It does. You can see that it is crazy, but you know, I've committed to doing it properly. I'm going to do it properly. And there's something to be said about being okay with your mistakes, but for this project, I wanted to learn. I wanted to like improve and do new things. So I'm making myself do that. Okay, this yarn has to be in front to purl. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Okay, this yarn has to be in front. We're gonna purl it. Okay, and then these three can go back on here. What? Okay, like that. And then continue as normal. Again, just using the yarn from before. And whoop. And one more. And I have a little bit of like extra, so I'm just gonna like tug on these, get them back up to size. And then my working yarn is like behind it, so I'm just gonna take this off and slip these back over here, and then I'm ready to work on the current row's instructions with these stitches. But yeah, like in the past I might have been like, I have no clue what I just did, I'm gonna unravel the whole project. But you don't have to do that every time. Whoops, I did split the yarn there. There we go. And now that that one is done, it's like easy peasy from here on out. It's going good. I have 1.5 repeats left. I love how fast the sleeve is going on circulars. 10 out of 10 purchase on my part. After that, I just have to do the ribbing on the sleeve, and then last I'm gonna do the neckline, this part basically. Also, the pattern has it as like a folded over neckline. I think that's a really cool design. I haven't done that before, so I'm interested to see how that turns out. Okay, swag, I just finished the 3rd chart, and now I just have the 1 repeat, and then I'll be done. I'm excited. There's only 2 more cable rows left, but it's going good. I'm pretty sure I have enough left. It's on the ground over there. One of the perks of the interchangeable needles is that you can just unscrew them and change to the ribbing size of needle. Super easy. Yee! Okay, now I just have to cast it off. Ba-ba. The 2nd sleeve is done. Now it is time to go to the collar. I did do the stretchy bind off on the sleeve. I think I'm gonna have to on the collar, so I'm just gonna start that now. Oh my god, my hands are hurting so bad, but I finished all the knitting on the sweater by this point. I think the color placement looks intentional, at least I really hope it does. I ended up binding off with the regular non-super stretchy bind off, but it was totally fine. And then I just had to like fold the collar in and sew it to itself, and I made sure to do that with like a bit loose of a stitch, that way it was still stretchy, and it was, because I stretched it really big after doing that. And yeah, after I got it all sewn together, I had to block it, but first we're going to snip.
So how are we supposed to eat this? Pick up the bread with your knife and fork, and use the bread to scoop the yolk and sauce as you eat.
And honestly, I wish I hadn't done this blocking method because it's very nerve-wracking. Basically, I just filled my dye pot with the sweater and some hot water in the shower. And after waterboarding my sweater, I basically had to just like get the rest of the dye out of it, because I did dye the additional brighter yarn myself with synthetic dye, and I need to make sure all that was out of there. So I rinsed it again, and after that it seemed like the water was mostly clear, and it's only gonna get hand washed anyway, so whatever. Then we had to put the towels down. I put down this ratty old towel and my hair dye towel. And then I had to take the sweater, which I had tried to get a lot of water out of it, but I didn't do all of it. I had to just go ahead, lay that down, and start laying it out flat-ish so that the towels could suck some water out. And then, of course, I have to block it, so I got my foam blocking mats out, and just put them together and laid the sweater out on top of it. Now, you could probably just block it on top of towels. I didn't even put pins in mine. I kind of just, like, laid it into the shape. But, oh yeah, by the way, when I dropped that big, heavy, wet roll of towels, my husband thought I fell. So, I'm just gonna, like, lay the sweater out on the board and try to make it the shape I want it to be. So for the sleeves, they're pretty long. I like them to be long, but I don't need them to be super longer.
a lot longer, however you speak English. So I tried to lay them down gently, whereas for the body, I don't mind if it stretches a little vertically. So I did pull that a little vertically. I wanted to make sure that the seed stitch on the side opened up nice and good. So I just made sure to, you know, just shuffle it around. It's a very weird experience to work with like hot, wet wool. It feels both really delicate and like really sturdy at the same time. And then I had to, you know, faint for a little bit.
All right, friends, that is going to be it for this project. I'm going to wear it tomorrow. I'll get some pictures. I will admit I haven't woven in all of my ends yet, but I did all the ones on the cuffs and a few of the ones on the inside. Just the parts on like the body of the sweater are kind of left. But yeah, I'm so happy to be done with that. I can't wait to see how it looks tomorrow. I'm hoping that the cuffs make it look purposeful instead of like I ran out of yarn. And I can't wait to open these presents. I know this one is a Centro, and I watched my husband open the Amazon box and put it naked under the tree, and I was like, hello, you gotta wrap it. So this is the wrap job that he did, but I will get to rip it open, and that's what I care about. So yeah, maybe we'll do a Centro knitting video next. Thank you for watching Vlogmas. If you watched all my Vlogmas videos, or even just some of them, I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!